What is up, my seafood friends, and thank you for 800 subscribers. I don't have 800 subscribers yet, but I'm like 3 away, so I'll probably have 800 by the time I upload this video. But anyways, welcome to r/Tales from Retail. I'm your host, Dr. Fishsticks, and Tales from Retail is stories from retail workers about funny, wholesome, or just downright terrible stories from customers. So, let's get into it. Okay, never mind. I literally just hit 800 subscribers. Thank you, guys. I told the customer his total, and he started unbuckling his pants. I've been a cashier for over 2 years now, so I've seen all kinds of weird, funny, and borderline insane things happen while I was working. Today's been super slow until I helped the last customer. He was an elderly gentleman, just buying a few small items, and I greeted him and started scanning his items, then told him his total. As I waited to see what method of payment he would be using, he started unbuckling and then unzipping his pants. I was so shocked that I quickly looked away because, what the heck? Then he quickly started apologizing and said, No, I'm not trying to be indecent or anything. I'm just wearing 2 pairs of pants, and my wallet is on the inside. I slowly started to look back and saw that he was, in fact, wearing a second pair of pants under the first and digging for his wallet. I just laughed awkwardly, and he paid and started to leave. I told him to have a great day, and he just said, "Alright," in the most serious way, as if accepting my words as a command. The strange part was the top layer of pants didn't seem to be painting pants or anything like that. They were just normal slacks from what I could tell. Overall interesting customer compared to the rest of the night. Cracked me up, and I think I'll remember this one for quite a while. Yeah, I'm gonna admit, even I was a little horrified when I started reading the first part of this, but I could not imagine actually being there. That's kind of funny. I decided to be nice to the rude customer. I am working as a cashier, and naturally, you get to meet all kinds of people on the job. It was near the end of my shift, and I've had some especially nice customers, so I was in a pretty good mood when Dude Bro arrived. Anyone could immediately see that he was mad. He comes up to me and just slams his items down. I ring up his items while he mumbles under his breath. His total comes out to approximately €9, and he hands me a €50 bill and says, "Just give me 2 tennas." Being the helpful that I am, I ask him if he would prefer 4 tens or 2 tens and 1 20. His response, "Yo, I said give me 2 tennas." Me, feeling a bit sassy. Yeah, communication can be difficult at times. Him, "What did you just say?" I decided to leave it at that because I didn't want to risk an escalation, or my good mood for that matter. Dude Bro picks up his things, and while doing so, drops the 2 €10 bills without noticing. At this point, I'm just staring at him, while my shoulder devil and angel start a violent cage match, and he's ranting about some machine in per store not working properly. Sadly, there are no children in line, which might just pocket the money and be happy about it, but instead, 2 nice old ladies who I know will give the money to me, where it'll just end up in the registry. So, with guy already going, "Why are you looking at me like that? What's your problem?" I point out that he dropped his money. He goes silent, picks it up, and leaves. For the rest of my shift, I debate whether he deserved to lose the money, but done is done. Until the next day, where he shows up again. He was paying at another registry and seemed to be less angry, so I just ignored him until he showed up to me after paying. He actually came back to apologize for his behavior the previous day, because, and I quote, "I was so angry and mean, but you still told me when you dropped the money." I thanked him for apologizing, and he went on his way. I felt amazing for the rest of the day, and to this day, this is one of my favorite customer interactions I've had on the job. If I'd been in a worse mood that day, I probably would have kept silent and punished him for being rude, but I'm really glad I didn't. Yeah, like I said, some of these stories on this subreddit can be wholesome rather than bad. The next one is definitely bad. I no longer help customers out as much as I used to, and for good reason. I work at an AT&T based cell phone service retailer, started 2 to 3 months ago, and have overall loved it and have exceeded at it. I get nothing but great reviews, and people generally consider me very helpful, and indeed, I do try to be. But not as much as I used to. No, not at all. And that's because some customers ruin it for everyone else. Let me tell you a little story. It was once a late, dark evening in September, and a couple walked into our store, looking to join our service. Everything was going well, we got along, I helped them out and showed them our selection of phones and plans. They both ended up buying new cell phones and everyone was happy. I could have left it right there, but decided to be a good Samaritan and go the extra step, by asking the couple if they wanted to set up their email. Bad idea. At first, they eagerly said yes and thanked me, so I opened up Gmail on each of their phones and got started. The wife was able to set up her email just fine, but the chap, on the other hand, he forgot his email password. We tried every which way to reset his password or bypass it, but nothing worked. This is when, suddenly, all hell broke loose. The man started breathing heavily, almost hyperventilating, and his fist clenched up. Then he suddenly screamed, "Brick!" and got up and proceeded to smash his phone on the ground, while grunting and breathing like a wild beast. He then exited the store and continued to smash the phone on some more open concrete, till it was reduced to pieces. While I stood there, half shocked, half confused, and half concerned for my own safety, work all alone, his wife was just sitting there, scrolling through her phone as if nothing happened, and just simply said in a gentle, laughing tone, "I don't know why he's freaking out," as if she was fully used to this behavior. I then handed her their bag, and they went on their way. I just stood there alone for a minute in the open silence, reflecting on what the hell just happened. And suddenly, I remembered what one of the people who trained me a few months ago said to me in response to me asking him what his main philosophy of dealing with customers is. He replied, "As soon as the customer walks in, I try to get them out of my face as quickly as humanly possible." At first I disagreed with him because I value customer service, but now I think he was right. I feel like it is really a shame that these two customers, or this one customer really, ruined it for like everyone else, but like, God, I really cannot blame the employee here. How to deal with rude people on Black Friday. When it's a slow day in retail, I usually don't care how people talk back to me. I just want them out of the store ASAP. Black Friday was a different issue. While I'm checking out the lady in front of me, her piles of sweaters and coats, asking her questions, paying with cash or card, checking the rewards, the usual stuff, I keep hearing this woman behind her complaining about the wait. I don't make out details, but it's a lot of huffing, and every glance I made she was rolling her eyes. Finally, I print out the person's receipt and thank her for her patience. Now I just have to deal with this impatient a-hole. She walks up to the counter, slams her clothes down, and says, "Did you really have to take that long? I want a faster checkout." "I'm going as fast as I can." "Well, do better." "I'm not kidding," she said that. On Black Friday. And I lost it. "Get out of my line." "What?" "She," pointing to my coworker, "will be more than happy to help you when it's your turn after everyone else." Remember, the line was almost at the entrance. "But get out of my line." I stared her down so that she knew I wasn't kidding, until she threw her hands up in the air and stormed right out of the store. Was I in the right? Nope, not even a little. But it felt so good, especially since my manager didn't go after me for it and understood. FYI, she wanted 2 t-shirts. This one definitely feels the most fake out of the ones I've read today, because like, what manager would just brush off one of their employees telling a customer to get out of my line? Like, I feel like they would definitely have their butt for that. And finally, that time a customer tried returning things we never sold to her. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, I was the assistant to the retail manager of a swimming pool store. We sold, as you might guess, swimming pools and swimming pool supplies. Anyone that has the misfortune of owning a pool or even working in the industry knows that pool chemicals are a big part of pool maintenance and sales. And every shop has its own line of products, and they're always better than the other shop's line of products, despite it really all being the same stuff. One day, I was manning the store on closing shift. It was toward the end of the season, and things had slowed down that evening. A few minutes before closing time, I get a customer. "Oh good, you're still open." I internally roll my eyes. We all know that line. It's 5 minutes before quitting time, but I put on my best customer service smile. "How can I help you?" The customer, and I use this term loosely, "I'd like to return these chemicals." Okay, so it's actually store policy that we cannot accept returns on chemicals. This was true. There were signs up everywhere, and it was written on receipts as well. Customers in the past would purchase chemicals, use them, and return them after filling them with water or other substitute materials, so we had to stop accepting returns years and years ago. "Oh, well, can you make an exception? My pool just fell down, I don't have any use for them now. I'm just trying to recoup my losses." Me, feeling sorry for her like the sucker I was. "Okay, do you have your receipt?" "No." "Well, let me see what you have." She plops several canisters of various pool chemicals on the table. "These are all open and half used, and they aren't my brand of chemicals. You didn't even buy these from me. Could you just give me anything for them?" Me, fighting the urge to be rude. "Sorry, I can't help you. This must have been 10 years ago." I've moved into a different industry and thankfully blocked out many painful memories of that awful job, but I'll never forget the audacity of that customer, trying to return half-used chemicals that she didn't even buy from me. I'd say this is like one of the more common methods of just like straight up stealing, just like getting money by returning stuff that you never bought from a person. I don't know why I feel like that's very common. I've never witnessed it or experienced it, but I feel like it definitely happens a lot. But sadly, ladies and gents, that is all the time we have for today. If you like this video, press the like button. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, comment them down below. And if you really like this video and want to see more like it, please subscribe. And that is all for today. So until the next video, goodbye.
I know it's my ADHD, cause I can't stop moving my feet.